Monday Night Raw. What's up, everybody, and welcome to my Monday Night Raw review. A lot has happened tonight, 24 hours right after the Survivor Series, and what do we have to start off with this show other than the most hated thing that everyone hates on Raw, and it feels like it goes forever sometime, is the Authority kicking off the show. As Stephanie McMahon came out and talked about Shane McMahon and that Kurt Angle's job is secure now. She pretty much brought out Triple H, the man who won the match, as he came out in a suit. And as Triple H came out, Kurt Angle then came out, and Triple H didn't say anything. But Kurt Angle said, he pretty much got in his face. It was a stare down. People chanted yes. And you know what? You're not talking to the general manager right now. You're talking to the Hall of Famer and Olympic gold medalist. And I don't care what happens. You could take this job and shove it if you ever attack me again, because now I'm coming for you. As Triple H didn't back down then, Stephanie remembers told him not to jeopardize his career. Next thing you know, Jason Jordan came out, flat reaction, just kills the whole mood even more. Jordan came out and then get in Triple H's face and he says, I'm 100% healthy, and how about you try me tonight instead of attack me from last week? And pretty much Angle told, I guess, his son to calm down and everything, and that tonight. But Jason Jordan wanted a match with Triple H, and Stephanie told him that Triple H will rip you apart. Alright, you don't have the authority to make that match. And Jordan called him a coward. Triple H then took off his jacket then, and Stephanie said that there's no one Triple H is afraid of in the back of that locker room. Is Braun Strowman comes out then, and then he gets in his face and stuff, and Triple H eventually backed off then, as Stephanie McMahon said, you know what, you guys want to fight tonight? Where since people chanting you're a coward to Triple H, Stephanie says, you know what, it's going to be Strowman versus Jordan then. So at least Kurt Angle actually did something tonight instead of kind of back down from several times. Well, not back down, but stand there and take stuff from Stephanie throughout a lot. But Triple H never really said anything, addressed his actions and stuff to why he did what he did. I hope this doesn't go into some Triple H versus Strowman feud, because how more over do we gotta get Strowman? And then again, it's like, does Triple H really even need to put him over? Because that wouldn't make sense either. It already didn't make sense and confusing as hell last night during the pay-per-view with Triple H winning. And I said it before, like I said last night, I'm sure a lot of people have said he just did this to put himself over, just because he just wanted to, really. Hold on a second. Yeah, but like I said though, it never was any type of explanation. And like I said, I just felt like Triple H was trying to put himself over, because that main event last night, coming to the end, was trash. It was just trash last night. So we'll see where this goes into here, since everybody wants a piece of Triple H right now. Finn Balor went against Samoa Joe, which was actually a competitive match, with Samoa Joe picking up the win clean with the Coquina clutch and beating Finn Balor. I don't know where this is going to lead into. And I feel like Finn Balor's lost a lot of matches lately, if you ask me, since they saved him from the whole Wyatt debacle, but then Kane kicks the crap out of him. Now Samoa Joe's getting a clean win over Finn Balor, so we'll see where this goes. Maybe Finn will have to get his win back somehow, so we'll see if this feud is going to go somewhere, because they did show a lot of that during Survivor Series last night. Jason Jordan talked to Kurt Angle in the back tonight and talked about, I'm hurt and everything. I thought you said I think he's 100%. And then Jordan says, only said that because Triple H is out there. His knee is still hurt. So Angle says, I can't cancel the match. So Jordan says he's going to do the match anyways. I can beat Strowman. I'm going to be Strowman's worst nightmare. Okay, buddy, that's not going to look good. So this whole him calling his dad thing is crazy sometimes, but well, not crazy, but just annoying after a while. So and now he wants to get out of the match after he said he wanted to get in the match. So I don't know, what is this, Jordan trying to turn heel now? I don't know. Asuka went against Dana Brooke, as Asuka killed her, of course, and Dana Brooke, which I don't know, man. Dana Brooke, I guess I don't know if she even botched really much. Listen, I'm surprised Dana Brooke still has a job. I really do. So Dana Brooke was just kind of whatever. I didn't really care. Just something to defeat Asuka too. So Asuka had to kill somebody tonight. I'm just really surprised she still has a job here, and we'll just have to go on from that. Give me a second here, folks. Give me a second. Got to send a message. Yeah, I'm sorry. I had to check a message right there. But like I said, though, trying to point out, maybe I should say Finn has lost a lot of matches. He did beat AJ, so I had to say that there too. But like I said, moving on. Dana Brooke was just kind of whatever. And it's funny they said the shocking betrayal of Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. There was nothing shocking about it. We knew it was coming. Miz TV happened, as Miz TV was there and talked about how Corbin finally made himself relevant as he invited Roman Reigns on the show, but it was the Shield that all came out, and Miz said, I only asked for Roman Reigns, and he wanted to talk about them beating the New Day and stuff. And Miz says, I'm the reason you're back together, the entire Shield, and I should be getting my residuals for merchandise, as we have a checkbook on it, but maybe later. And then people chanted, Miz is awesome. Where was that crowd before last night? And Houston was surprised. Well, they were all surprised Houston was even chanting that. He didn't think that chant could even happen, but it did. It happened. And then Miz wanted the spotlight, but the lights turned off and on and stuff. And he called the Shield ungrateful. And Reigns says, "We won. You lost." And Rollins pretty much went on to say, we're gonna get our tag titles back and everything. But Roman says, "I feel left out. I don't have a title." So hey, Miz has a title. It's shiny and everything. Let's take it, the Intercontinental title. But Dallas said, "You want Miz? You gotta go through me." They took out Dallas. They took out Curtis Axel. Shield powerbomb on Dallas. So that sets up for the title match tonight with Reigns and Miz, which I don't know. Even I don't think a lot of people want to see that, but it's just happening just because, in a way. We'll get into that later. Sheamus went against Dean Ambrose. It's a good match. I'll give it that. Ambrose won. We saw stuff with Seth Rollins and Cesaro from the outside. So Ambrose, dirty deeds. That's good. Matt Hardy somehow randomly backstage put in his bag somewhere as Jason Jordan went to ask him for advice. Asking Matt Hardy for advice, and Matt says, what, I faced Brock Lesnar, Big Show, Mark Henry, Strowman in my tenure in the WWE. And, there's nothing you do is get your hands on the strength of a human. But it's one of the lessons he's learned in WWE is that some nights are not your night. I wish Matt Hardy would have told Jason Jordan to delete himself, and then maybe he would fade away and classify himself as obsolete then. So we never have to see him a lot here anymore, or during whatever his match with Strowman. He should have told him to delete himself, but there is no delete Matt Hardy here, and I don't know, was he trying to be a motivational speaker or something? I don't know. But Matt Hardy's got nothing better else to do, so hey, let's have him give advice to Jason Jordan for some reason. So randomly hanging up a bag. Alexa Bliss came out talking about her loss to Charlotte last week, but I may have lost, but 2017 has been my year, and there's not a woman on the planet that can handle her. Mickie James came out and called her biscuit butt, and that Survivor Series is over. We can now get back to business, and I want that title. Bayley came out then, and her arm was wrapped up, and this has been your year, but the year ain't over yet, and she wanted a shot, and Banks wanted a shot. We need a boss, and everything. And Kurt Angle said that, Fatal 4-Way, by the way, Alicia Fox came out here too, that somehow wanted a title shot, and so it's like all the women mostly want a title shot except for Nia Jax that was not out there, or Asuka, and everything. But I don't know, the segment was kind of odd once Bliss kind of got out the ring and said none of you are worthy then. But the women, they just kind of threw them all out there. They're all like the same ones that compete for the title all the time. But as the match kind of went on, this Fatal 4-Way to see who's going to be number contender, we got to see the return of Paige. Paige is back. Paige is back in the back, and crap. Yeah, sorry, but the return of Paige happened. Paige is back, mostly probably the biggest pop out of the night, and people were really happy to see Paige. Paige somewhat looked the same in a way. I see a lot of people call Paige a little bit thin out there in a way. I don't know what kind of makeup she was wearing, kind of a lot. I wouldn't agree with that, but Paige is back on TV, and we haven't seen her in over a year since from wellness violations and airport scandals with Alberto. I'm surprised she's still with this guy, and the sex tape. Well, at least people were happy to see her and didn't really focus on. People didn't really chant sex tape or something at her, or her getting fucked on camera. But we'll skip that. She said she was back. The fans chanted "Welcome back to Paige," and she got a big pop. But she says, "You know what? I didn't come alone." It was kind of odd at first. Didn't know where she was coming from, because when she said she didn't come alone, then she just started walking to the ring. Then next thing you know, Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose came out from NXT as people chanted NXT. Then a big one came out, and then as they kicked the crap out of everybody in the ring, and Paige hit her rampage finisher on Bayley, Alicia Fox ran away. So I guess they just have some type of stable. I feel like Paige has had a stable, and I'm gonna count the PCB thing in a way with Paige, Charlotte, and Becky, since Paige kind of, I wouldn't say she formed it, but it's almost like she was kind of the leader of that team. So it's like, why is she leading another team? And let's get another question. Why the hell did they bring Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville even up? Number one, first off, Mandy Rose is barely even on NXT, and maybe for a house show to what I hear, but I really don't know how good that gonna go. I was Liv Morgan at one point, and Sonya Deville. There's another one, and I don't see a match. Does she have a match against Ruby Riott this Wednesday on NXT? Which may probably be her last match on NXT since they brought her up, and she looks like an MMA street fighter now. So she looks like somebody from Street Fighter for some reason. But a lot of people question why the hell weren't the iconic duo there of Peyton Royce and Billie Kay brought up. I'm actually surprised they didn't bring them up, but I don't know where this is gonna go with these women, but I see a lot of complaints, almost like they botched Paige's return. Like, great to see Paige, but I don't know, Mandy Rose and Deville. I don't know, man. I don't know if I really want to go with that. I'm not kind of good because like both of them were barely on NXT and nearly. I don't think people really cared. In a way, like they were barely on NXT and they were never really that good. Yeah, but yeah, like I said, I'm not really kind of okay with that. And then when they talked to Alexa Bliss in the back then and stuff, as she introduced herself, Paige kicked her and they kicked the crap out of Alexa Bliss and beat her up this whole team. So I don't know where this is gonna go with Paige. And yes, she is on Raw, so at least there was rumblings about her return anyway. So I don't know why they're giving her some type of a stable now. That's the only thing that confuses me. Like I said, we've seen her before at PCB, but I don't understand why they brought these women from NXT and we barely either saw them or they're just not really that good to begin with. So I just had no clue where that was going, and we'll see what happens, but I'm not really seeing a lot of good outcomes from it. But hey, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know, but they just kind of beat up everybody, and that was it. But hey, it was good to see Paige again. Braun Strowman won against Jason Jordan. The match did not last that long as Jordan kept going for his knee. Next thing you know, Kane comes out and beats the living shit out of him with a chair, and then took the chair on his neck or his throat and just slammed into the steps. And as he tried to breathe, referees tried to help him. So we knew Kane would be back. He didn't show up at Survivor Series, but he would come back and beat up Strowman one way or another in his payback. Um, Enzo and the Zo Train of Tony Nese, Noam Dar. I kind of actually forgot he was there at one point. Arya Daivari and Gaba Gulak himself. Talked about each man being a member of the Zo Train. Next, Swan, Cedric Alexander, Akira Tozawa, and Mustafa Ali came out and talked about Enzo. So you remember the catchphrase and a T-shirt. Is Swan called him, and one of us wanted a shot at the title. I don't know. Throwing all the cruiserweights out there is just kind of weird. And then there's an 8-man tag with Swan, Alexander, and Mustafa, and Nese versus the Zo Train minus Enzo Amore, and Ali hit the 450 and it was over. But it's just kind of whatever with this match. Like I said, I don't really care what's going on with the cruiserweights. And we saw no Kalisto, but I don't know where that's gonna go next. But we'll see where this goes. But I don't even want to say where this goes because they just gotta get him a different opponent. Hopefully somebody takes the belt off him. But it's the Enzo show now, as I call it. It's for 205 Live. It's the reason why I never walked out, folks. It's the reason I feel like why I never walked out now. They tried to check on Strowman in the back, but Kurt Angle says he didn't have an update on him. But then he went to check on Jordan, and Jordan said, which was a very cornball line, says Matt Hardy was right. Strowman is a monster among men. Dude, that was some corny writing. Whoever wrote that for him, that was stupid. It didn't. Miz tried to get out of the match, but Kurt Angle told him you're gonna wrestle that title match tonight. Elias was in the ring singing a song about Houston and told the Astros, and people chant Astros. He says, "Grow up, the season's over." And as he sang about Matt Hardy came out and brawled with him, Elias, until whatever. So I guess they need Matt Hardy for something to do, and I guess put Elias there over. So Matt Hardy's got to do something. Jeff's not around. He's not broken, so he's not really got nothing going on. Miz went against Roman Reigns for the Intercontinental Championship, which the match was good, and the Bar came out and interfered. Then the rest of the Shield. Roman wins. Roman over everything, it looks like. And to be honest, I am glad they got the title off the Miz. Listen, the Miz was doing nothing with that title, okay? Either he was kind of burying the title or burying himself. He was more of a chicken shit heel most of the whole time. Or he was running from the Shield and Strowman, which didn't help before Survivor Series either. He didn't really have any type of momentum with the title. It's just like he was there to talk most of the time or get some type of chicken shit heel wins. But like I said, he done nothing for the belt. He really hasn't. He said he's changed it, but what has he changed about the title? And as for Roman Reigns winning, I'm not no fan of that, but here's the thing, everyone's saying that he's going to hold the title that long. Hopefully he brings some prestige back to it, but he's just going to hold it that long until Brock at WrestleMania. It'll be some title versus title thing. And hopefully Roman doesn't just put the title around his back like a knapsack there with the U.S. title. What did John Cena call it? You took the U.S. title as a demotion in a way. So, I don't know where this is going to go. But at least they got the belt off Miz, and hopefully the title will do something better with somebody else to build it up, because Miz was doing nothing with it. He really wasn't. So yeah, and Roman getting it's whatever, but with him winning the title, but like I said, he had to get off Miz, but I think people kind of already know it's going to be him versus Brock for both the titles at WrestleMania. That's the plan, and most of the Shield will probably get more gold sooner on. But like I said, the show itself, a lot of flat, nothing. Some parts just downright boring and flat. The main thing to talk about is the title change itself, with Roman Reigns winning the Intercontinental Championship, and made me point out he's a Grand Slam champion also, and Paige returning with the NXT debuts of Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose. So we will see what happens on SmackDown tomorrow night. And hey, check out my reviews, reactions to Survivor Series and NXT TakeOver War Games for the past 2 nights. It was a very tough 2 nights out there, very long shows. So we'll see what happens tonight. Houston was a really great crowd tonight. They were very hyped throughout most of this show, so they were alive out there. But I'm out of here. I will see you guys later. Peace out.